Bildie's Bizarro Bedtime.
Hello.
I'm Maddie, and this is my husband Bill.
Hello, everybody.
Why are you sounding like an old radio host?
I'm just trying to make this sound a lot more professional than it is.
Yes, I think maybe go back to how you were.
How I normally sound.
Yes, that was much better. It's a bit less weird. Suddenly got a weird man in my room. I don't know.
Hello.
Oh no. Okay, so I'm going to tell Bill a weird story. He's going to vape really loudly through it, and then he is going to tell me one. Are you?
Yeah,
that seems to be the thing now, doesn't it?
Yeah, I'll tell you one. Yeah, in fact, I've actually been an idea's been ruminating in my head.
It's been brewing, has it?
Yeah, but I don't know if it's going to be really unentertaining or not. I'm just gonna do it.
The thing is you managed to make unentertaining things entertaining.
Well, I don't know if it is gonna be.
I just think that you struggle to not be funny. It's like
So now the pressure that makes me feel like
it's like an illness. It's like I imagine.
I don't know. I think
at the doctor saying, "Oh, that's actually a Monty Python sketch, isn't it?"
Is it?
Yeah, where he goes to the doctors and everything he says is funny.
Right.
And he's really depressed because he wants to make an actual human connection with people, but everything that he says makes people laugh, and he's going through a hard time.
I like it.
Yeah.
And that's funny in itself, isn't it?
Exactly. Yeah, the fact that he's not happy.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
It's like the old clown joke as well, isn't it? The French. I think it's probably French, you know, but I am whatever the clown's name is. Yeah. Okay, so what shall I call the character?
Okay, I think do I normally go for like quite normal names or?
Well, you often struggle to find something really normal. That's your thing. I just say something really stupid like Jebble but you really seem to think it through.
Oh, just Jimmy then.
Jimmy. Okay, that's because we were talking about Jimmy Hill and Chinny Reckon and that the other day, wasn't it?
I think it's because we've been watching...
we're watching Better Call Saul. Yeah. That's right. Okay. So Jimmy, who is not Jimmy McGill, but...
Yeah, I've got to get rid of that. Actually change the name because I'm going to be thinking it's Jimmy now.
Okay.
So, do it...
Well, it can be Jimmy. Okay.
Could it?
It could be Jimmy if you want.
This is Saul Jimmy.
Yeah, Jimmy McGill.
It's Jimmy the lawyer.
Yeah. Okay, so he wakes up in the night. He's married to Kim because I know it's not going to happen, but I'm halfway through and I have to pretend in my head that it could happen. It won't, but it could. Yeah. Anyway, he's married to Kim.
Yeah. Have they got a law firm together or?
Well, I mean, would you trust Jimmy to have a law firm with him? I don't know.
No, she doesn't.
She's far too sensible for that.
Yeah.
Okay, so separate law firms, but anyway, he wakes up in the night and she's asleep.
Yeah.
And he is bored. So instead of like doing crimes or whatever, he remembers a poster that he saw the other day on the wall, which was saying, "Come to our very, very mysterious, very, very spooky
where did he see
play."
this poster?
It was on the side of a shop.
Yeah.
So it was like there's a shop and it has sides and there was a poster on one of them.
Yeah.
And it was this saying, "Hello, come to our massively spooky and freaky play. It'll be really
sounds like a good
weird
poster.
And dark and exciting." This is literally what it said word for word.
Yeah. So massively spooky, freaky play. Yep.
Yeah. So Jimmy thought, well, you know, it could be good.
Yeah.
It's not Kim's thing, right?
No.
She'll think it's weird. In fact, it's probably not mine, but I'm going to go anyway.
But that's the sort of thing that would pique Jimmy's interest.
Could be. So he wakes in the night, thinks of the poster, gets up, gets dressed, and then goes to the address that was on the poster.
Yeah. No note. He doesn't leave a note to tell her where he's gone or anything. He just
probably not. I mean, gone. Probably not.
Okay.
So he goes to the address and finds himself walking down a cobblestoned narrow alley, and it's the dead of night, and there's a gas lamp, and there doesn't seem to be any, like electric lights anywhere. It could be his brothers, yeah. It could be. Although he's been...
No electric lights anywhere.
Yeah, although he's moved to Mars, and no one has to, like... Chuck's gone to Mars.
Chuck's gone to Mars,
yeah,
good.
Don't worry about
him.
Oh, dear. Anyway. So, he goes down the alley, and then at the end of the alley, he sees a Gothic-looking building. And there's a couple of people sort of shuffling in. They look a bit furtive. They've got overcoats on, and someone's like looking around, hoping that nobody recognises them.
Suspicious.
Yeah. So he goes in, and it's a theatre, and it's all very spooky and shadowy. And he sits at the back.
Yeah.
And
it's free entry.
Yeah,
is it?
Well, like he had to pay twopence. He paid twopence to get in.
Yeah.
So he sits at the back, and the lights, the gas lamps go down.
Yeah.
And then there's a spotlight on the stage.
Yep.
And
classic.
Yeah, of course. And someone shuffles out. It's a man. And he doesn't say anything to the audience, but he reaches up to the top of his head, and he pulls really hard on his hair, and then his face sort of shoots off.
Right.
And underneath that blooms a bunch of flowers.
Right.
A bunch of purple flowers.
So he's pulled his hair.
Yeah.
Has his hair come off and his own face?
Yeah, his whole head and that just came off.
His whole head, and out of his neck comes from like a bunch of flowers.
Yeah, and his head is now a bunch of flowers.
Okay.
Goes,
that's pretty incredible.
Yeah, so the audience applauds. They're quite impressed.
Yeah.
Jimmy applauds.
Yeah.
And then the next act, the flower man shuffles off. That was it.
Yeah.
And the next act is. Is you.
It's me.
Yeah.
Oh, so I'm okay.
But
I'm performing for Saul, for Jimmy.
Yeah, you're performing for Jimmy.
For Jimmy McGill.
It's got to be the highlight of your life, isn't
yeah,
it,
absolutely,
really?
Absolutely. I've just reached the pinnacle.
You've reached the pinnacle of
downhill
all of it.
From here.
So it's you.
Yeah.
And you come out in theatrical, glittery makeup.
Yeah, as I always do.
Yeah. And you're in a long evening gown, a black evening gown, with a slit down the back.
Yeah, my favourite one.
Of course. And you totter out on heels, going...
Yeah.
And everyone just goes mad, and Jimmy's watching everyone else, and they seem to, know you very well. You're a well-established star, obviously, on the cabaret...
Probably a comedian.
...circuit. Well, no, actually, you're Bibolina,
right?
And you are funny, but you're sort of in the style of Gypsy Rose Lee, where you tell a few jokes and you do a striptease.
Right.
You're like a burlesque star.
Okay.
But you're funny and you tell jokes and that, but you also strip.
Yeah.
So you remove your long evening gloves as you
slowly, seductively.
Yeah. And as you tell a funny story about the tube and I don't know.
The tube, yeah.
Yeah. What funny story can you remember? About you could tell the one about when you were 14 and you got drunk.
Okay, so
while you, Bibolina, the cabaret burlesque star of the Gothic underground circuit, you're taking off your evening gloves and you look out into the audience and you're telling them this story as you're stripping off.
Okay, so when I was a young...
Not in a weird voice.
Just in my normal. So when I was young, I was around a friend's house and I used to drink beer. As you do.
You used to drink beer. What do you mean?
As a small child, I used to drink beer.
You used to drink beer.
I was 14 and I was drinking beer, and I noticed in his garage, his father had a big row of spirits on the wall.
Yeah.
And he was sort of saying, "Yeah, go on, you have a everyone who comes round has a gulp along the."
What, that was someone's dad?
No, it was him. His
mum
and dad weren't there. It was like
I don't
a house
know why.
party.
Yeah, go on.
Have a gulp.
Yeah.
So there was all these spirits. I was young enough to not even know what they were, and I being, me.
Yeah.
Hard as nails.
Of course. After one drink, he's already drunk, but he just carries on.
So I would have a gulp of the first spirit, gulp of the second one, and I went along this shelf was probably sort of 45 miles long. Wasn't 45 miles, an exaggeration. It was probably, I don't know, because I was really young. It's a distant memory. It's probably 12 foot long or something.
Yeah.
And then I did that, and I sat down. And I thought, I feel alright. And then suddenly I started thinking, I don't feel alright. I feel quite bad. Actually.
Oh dear, yeah.
I'm quite drunk, so I walked out. I just walked out the house and went to the local. There's a kind of a green nearby, and I saw some bigger boys.
Yeah.
In the distance.
Bigger boys, the terrifying bigger boys.
And they were calling my name and walking towards me. So I sort of remember spinning around, thinking I don't want to be in this drunk state.
Yeah. Near
the bigger boys, because I don't know what the bigger boys are going to do to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I don't remember anything. I just remember spinning around and walking away from the bigger boys.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently, a friend at school was having a coffee around her mum's neighbour's house.
Yeah.
And she was, looking out the window. Her mum's neighbour was looking out the window, and her mum was looking at the window with her neighbour.
Yeah.
And she said to the neighbour, I don't know what her name was, Jeanette, there's a young lad laying in your garden, like face down.
God.
And my friend who was round there joining them for the coffee morning, said, "Oh my God, that's Bill. He's from my school."
Oh God.
And they came out and called an ambulance.
Blimey.
And rescued me and took me to hospital, where I didn't have to get my stomach pumped. It wasn't that bad.
No. Did you just have to sleep
It's still bad.
Yeah.
I did. It took me about, it was bad enough that it took me 2 or 3 days to sleep it off.
Blimey.
It wasn't good. I don't know if that's a funny story. It's more harrowing memory rather than a funny story. I don't know why would I be telling this story?
I don't know. I just thought it was
an audience.
I just thought it was funny when you told it. I don't know. You made it sound a lot funnier before.
Yeah.
And that time it's just sounded really depressing.
I know.
I don't know what changed. Maybe
I think when I told it before,
yeah,
it was like with lots of people in a pub where everyone had a little drink, maybe.
Yeah.
But how did the audience respond to it? Are they all like stunned? I mean, what's this audience thinking? So a man's come out. His head's come off.
You're Bibelina, so your gender isn't necessarily,
No. But a man's come out. His head's come off.
Oh yeah,
and flowers have come out his neck.
Yeah.
And then Bibelina comes on in a dress and starts telling about when he or she was
found in her garden.
Was a child and got, well, that story. So what's the reaction?
Well, see, Bibolina made it sound a lot funnier than that.
Okay.
So, the
I am Bibolina. That's how it happened. You can't now say...
Yeah, but you're not Bibolina. You're you.
Oh, okay.
I call you Bibby because that's my pet name for you.
Yeah, but this is Bibolina.
And she's Bibolina,
so
she's her own entity.
Yeah.
No, you're both very funny.
Yeah.
But she just happened to, I don't know, in a different like space and time and dimension.
Yeah.
Make that sound a lot funnier.
Okay. Yeah, so how do people react? They're all roaring with laughter.
So they're ecstatic. They thought it was hilarious.
At Bibolina's expense.
So the crowd are roaring. They're really happy and they're all clapping.
Yep.
And Bibolina goes off, and then the spotlight is still on the stage, but there's silence.
Okay.
And then everyone in the theatre turns to Jimmy. And Jimmy realises that he is the next act.
Oh.
So
the audience are a part of the performance. Are they all taking it in turns, or is it just Jimmy?
Well, it may just be Jimmy. I don't know.
Jimmy doesn't know either. At the moment. Okay.
So he gets up and goes down to the stage.
Yep.
And goes up the steps and walks across the stage and faces out to the audience.
Yeah.
And he knows that whatever he does, it's got to be good, because he gets the sense that if it isn't, it's going to be a disaster.
Yeah, just picking up on the secrecy of the place.
Yeah.
Yep.
So what does he do?
He's an expert at farting.
Okay.
And he pulls down his pants.
Yeah.
And he does the longest, loudest fart.
Okay. He also pulls out a trumpet from his pocket and puts it to his arse.
Yes.
And farts a tune.
With one of them little mutey things.
Yeah.
That make it go wah 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 wah. Like that.
So he makes it go wah 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 wah.
Yeah.
And the audience is ecstatic. They loved it. They thought it was really good.
Yeah.
And they all clap. And then he goes home.
Okay. Back to Kim.
Yeah.
And does he wake her up?
Well, it just ends there. So you know.
Okay. So that was just does that stuff normally happen to Jimmy, or?
Well, it did then.
It did then. Yeah. Okay. Well, that was good.
Thank you.
Yay. Okay. So I suppose it's my turn.
Yes.
Okay. So there's a man. Like, as I said, I've got a kind of idea, but I don't know how it's going to work. So this might be rubbish. So there's an old philosopher.
Yes.
And he is very poor.
Yeah.
And he's a wise old man, but he's not got a lot of anything.
Mm.
And he thinks, I'm going to go and make a raft and take three things with me and go and start a new life.
Yeah.
Somewhere. So, what three things? Bearing in mind he hasn't got anything.
Yeah.
What three things does he take?
Fresh summer air.
Yeah.
I
mean, one of them's got to be tangible, really. It's got to be a thing.
A cool breeze.
A cool breeze.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And an autumn leaf.
An autumn leaf.
Yeah.
Okay. So the only tangible thing he's really got is an autumn leaf. He's got a fresh summer breeze and some cool. What was it again?
A cool breeze, a fresh spring air.
Okay. So they're pretty similar.
Well,
aren't they? Yeah.
I mean, they're twins, but they're not exactly the same.
Okay, so
they are trying to establish their own personalities.
And they might help it, because because he goes to build a raft.
Yeah.
And he sails off. So the cool summer breeze might help.
Yeah.
And to propel his boat out to sea. So he gets on the boat, off he goes.
Yes.
After about a week at sea, he's been living off fish.
Yes.
He sees some land. And he runs aground.
Yes.
And he meets some indigenous people of the island. And he notices that there's a lot of gold around on the island.
Yeah.
And all these people are like, who are you, and why do you look the way you do? And what is that amazing thing you've got? And he says, well, it's a leaf. It's basically worth a lot to us because it's so rare. So he says, well, I'll tell you what, give me some of this yellow stuff, shiny yellow stuff.
Yeah.
We call it gold.
Yeah.
And you can have the autumn leaf.
I'm sure they'd know what gold was.
Yes, but to them it's worthless because it's everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they're an island, an undiscovered island. No one's ever been there.
Okay.
You know? So they say, yeah, take as much of this gold as you want. It's worthless. There's tons of it everywhere.
On trees.
They don't have trees.
Okay.
So he says, okay. Well, he fills up his raft as much as he can. It's very heavy, so he can't take that much. And he goes back, and he buys lots of autumn leaves.
Yes.
And he sails off again. He thinks, I've got a good thing going here.
Yeah.
And he goes back and he says, I've got more autumn leaves to give you in exchange for a bit more gold.
Yeah.
And this civilization starts to flourish because they're wealthy
with leaves,
with autumn leaves.
Yeah.
And they start getting very advanced in technology and stuff like that. But the civilization that it's from starts destroying itself because they've got so much gold and everyone's fighting over it that they decide to take advantage and attack the civilization that it's from, and go over there and say, we're going to occupy.
Is this because you've been playing Civ?
No, it isn't. No, but I can see it's very similar. So they go over there and they basically say, look, the new currency now is autumn leaves.
Yeah.
And everyone says, oh, okay, we don't like it, but we're going to have to go along with it. And this new civilization and this civilization sort of join together, maybe not amicably, but their whole bartering system is now their currency, if you like, isn't gold anymore. Gold is worthless.
Yeah.
And autumn leaves become
the new currency.
The new currency.
So leaves become the currency everywhere.
Autumn leaves become the currency everywhere. Yeah,
okay.
Because they've taken over the civilization and said.
So all the people with gold said, "Sod this for a game of soldiers. Let's just use leaves."
Well, they were kind of forced to by the advanced civilization that it become.
Okay.
Because it'd taken over leaves and.
Did they have any spaceships?
What, the gold?
The attacking one.
Yeah, 4.
Were they
a red one?
Yeah. Oh, were the spaceships like just how you think of spaceships, or did any of them have anything weird about them, like move along on tentacles or anything like that?
They were not how you think spaceships to be.
No.
At all.
What were they?
No, they were completely different.
How?
Just imagine the opposite of a spaceship.
Okay, so
now describe it.
Long.
Yep.
Tall.
Long and tall.
Yeah.
Long and tall, okay, yeah. It was long and tall.
Long and tall.
Yep.
Like a pepper army.
Yep.
Standing up.
Yes, exactly. It was like a giant pepper army.
Yeah.
Standing up, flying.
Oh, that's amazing. What a coincidence.
Towards when they attacked.
Yeah.
Propelled by autumn leaves. and that civilization succumbed and said, okay. And a few of them escaped.
Yeah.
And went to live on the Gold Island.
Yeah.
But they realised when they got there
that
they couldn't. There was lots of autumn leaves everywhere.
So they just...
And there was some gold, but nothing else really that they could...
So they just kind of...
They kind of swapped around or something, I think.
And they pulled their hair and went, no!
Yes.
God damn it, what have you done to us?
And then the king pulled his head off and some flowers come out. and then some dancer come on and told some weird stories. Which she regretted to the day she died. And got very, very drunk.
Okay. Right, well, end it there, I suppose. Alright then. That was Bildie's Bizarro Bedtime. And bye.